You know, this says a lot about you that you're even
That's right.
asking this question. I can tell that your heart is wanting to make sure your marriage is everything it was designed to be, and yet you've carried around this secret for a long, long time. And this struggle that you're having on whether to bring that to the forefront or not is one that really should be approached with a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, and it's very delicate.
Yeah, and here's the absolute truth. It's not always easy to make a choice about this. There's no hard and fast rule. Integrity is really the guide, but the whole idea of speaking the truth in love is utmost.
Right.
And really understanding the impact it's going to have on your spouse. You know, usually, if you know that there's no possibility that your spouse will have any further damage by this, you want somebody to walk you through, a pastor or a trusted counselor to walk you through and really examine what can be gained for us as a couple. Because that, you're absolutely right. There will be a level of intimacy and connection that you have never had before, but you will pay a price for that, and she will pay a price for that.
There's no way around it. It's going to be a huge jolt for her.
That's right.
And so you've got to put yourself in her shoes. That means a big dose of empathy. And imagine, how would this feel for her to hear this news at this point? And what is the payoff down the road? Because you're going to go through some very tumultuous water.
That's right.
That may very well be worth it for you. But you want to give that very careful thought and, as you said, consult somebody.
Yeah, and this should not be a spontaneous thing. This should be deliberate, strategic, well thought through, and coached. It should not be a decision you make on your own. You need some wise counsel from people who understand the specifics before you leap into this conversation.
And I would say that the most successful ways I've seen this done in the past have been when somebody in your shoes would actually write out a letter and read it out loud, so that you have your thoughts together, so that it's something she's going to take in. I mean, she's going to need to hear the message a few times if you do choose to go ahead and do this. But give your thought, craft that kind of message to her very carefully.
And look, this will not be a one-time conversation. If you open this piece of information, you will need to be continually open. There will be questions. There will be a barrage of emotions. There will be a cycle of grieving. There will be shock and anger, and there will be all kinds of feelings that this journey will involve.
Right. Well, like we said, no hard and fast rules. We can't say definitely this or definitely that. This is kind of one of those rivers that you navigate on your own with some help from people that know you and your marriage and your life very, very well.